Why is tweeting from Twitch such a pain? It's not even showing the right video. Let's try this again. I'm sorry, man. This is just stupid. Comes up with some old video. Useless. Useless. Alright, I gotta tweet out the YouTube link instead then, because this is just dumb. I'm gonna try and work on some efficiency and production numbers. And I don't know. I hate the new YouTube crap too. Alright, I'm gonna tweet the YouTube link. Alright. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, so right here we have what remains of the oil refinery. There, it's all gone. I have relocated the refinery. There just wasn't space here to do what I needed to do, and I had to sort of try and figure out how to best do what needed to be done. And that meant recreating the whole refinery section. And we'll go over there now and have a look at what I did. I'm gonna kind of explain a little bit why I did it like that. So you can see over there in the distance, well, not so far distance, but over there is the refinery. It's only producing plastic because I don't need rubber, and if I do need rubber I can make it manually to just make some gas masks and whatnot. I'm guessing in a later release there will be more use for rubber, but right now okay, we got a lag spike. Alright, so let's explain the rationale here. Alright, so this belt is a Mark III belt. It does 270 resources per minute. A refinery can handle 30 barrels of oil. And it doesn't say there that that's the case, but that is the case. It does 30. So 30 into 270 is 9. 9 is also 3 splitters. So basically what I have is I have 270 coming in here, splits 3 ways, and that's difficult math. But then it splits 3 ways again, so it splits into 9, so it feeds 9 refineries. So that's 30 per refinery per minute, times 9 is 270. And everybody gets exactly what they need all the time. It does take up a lot of space. Granted, I could have compressed this more, but I did use this amount of space for the visibility to see what it is that I was doing. I really should be able to divide 270 by 3, but so that's what, 90? Yeah, 90. So there's 90 goes that way, 90 goes that way, and 90 goes that way, and it splits into 3, which is then 30, 30, 30. There you go. It's early Saturday morning. I can't do math. Alright. So these guys do 30 per minute, and they are producing 22 per minute. 22 and a half per minute, 3 plastics. And it's backing up because now I'm producing vast amounts. So what I've done again with the output. I didn't do it in 3s, I did it in 2s. So I created 2 output belts, and I alternate between who gets on what belt. And let's see, so this is excessive. Don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Alright, so the first goes on the top belt, the second on the lower belt, and so forth. So it spreads out the load onto the belts. And then at the end they all merge into one single belt in that last merger. And that should, to some extent, allow all of them to contribute to the output. And for some reason now, all right. So this is a bit of a cheat. What I did was, since I cut the oil supply into the other refinery, I snuck the plastic down here and then out on the elevator and then back in. So that one, this is going back in on the line that the oil came on, and then at the refinery section over here, I just wiggled it around a little bit so that it went straight over and into where the plastic output came from. And in order to do that, I had to move the rubber line, which is now empty and dead anyways. And then now there should be sufficient supply of plastic. I'm out of fuel. Really? That is shocking. I gotta go get some. So now I am at least producing sufficient amount of sufficient amounts of plastic. And I kind of had to break down the old factory because there wasn't really any point in doing that. All right, I'm gonna go get some fuels over here. We're gonna maybe try and do similar work with the iron factory. Today. I know I already did improve the output of the iron, but I'm not sure if that was enough. I'm wondering if we can try and do the even if it means building it somewhere else, we can. We could sneak the we could sneak part of the iron downstairs and take up that floor, because that needs to be cleared out anyways. It's not doing anything. So now we'll have some more room. Alright, what happened? No power. Okay, I must have killed off a power line somewhere. Yeah. Alright. So Let's see, what can we do? What can we do? All right, so I can put the wire in and then put the wall up, but not the other way around. All right, so that explains why the plastic suddenly stopped. So we have the same issue here, and we're gonna have to try and see if we can do that where we split up a little bit different with having the refinery section now gone. We actually have space to add heat. Those like lag spikes, man. Don't know what's causing that. With this refinery section now being gone, we can maybe utilize some of that space where we we have to see how many we got. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's one splitter going into 2 lines. So splits the plastic in half, and then those 2 splits the plastic into 3s. And then we can do the same with the wire. It will be more efficient distribution of the resources for the machines. But granted, 2 of these are not making circuit boards. They're making AI limiters, and they're not using plastic. These 2 are using quick wire and circuit boards, which is what I'm producing here. And lag spike. No, I was just stopped on a weird spot. Okay. Alright, so that's what's happening here. Circuit boards come down on this, and then it splits into going into that for production of the AI limiter, and then the other half goes down to producing or out on the belt. And let's see, we still have shortage of cable. It looks like. Yeah. There's still shortage of cable going in there. That slows down the production of the computers. And also this one. It's getting plenty of plastic. It's just shortage of cable. And then there's this. Which has a shortage of computers. That's to be expected. Producing computers is really slow. It's at 100%. It's 32 seconds, so I get almost 2 computers in a minute. And I'm only at 95% efficiency, so that's the output of computers is kind of slow. You need yeah. But everything else, the AI limiters, we're getting sufficient of those. High-speed connectors is not a problem. They're trickling in, but again, those are also suffering from the lack of cable. So it looks like our primary concern now is gonna have to be making more cable. I think that's what we need to work out first. We seem to have sufficient amounts of copper wire. We're gonna have to reevaluate our copper factory. And now that everything is moving at the other end of the factory, and it's going to be for a while because there's a giant storage of supercomputers, there shouldn't be much trouble with Caterium ore and Quickwire being on the same bolt. There is a lag it stops every now and then, which means these guys kind of run out of stuff to do. That is unfortunate. But we are producing sufficient amounts of wire. So that's not slowing anything down. Alright. Alright, so here's the copper. Here's the copper factory. We have 3 smelters. That is not backing up. They are all full. The question is, can I break this down without breaking data clock? The fish tank turned on. Can I break this down without ruining the production of anything, and also improve production of cable? Because these 3 is not enough. I need more. This is producing 15 a minute. We should go back and check and see what we need. And the question is how much. We don't have an issue with ore. I have plenty of copper ore. I'm just wondering if we should do. We can the belt takes in 270. This can handle 30 per minute. So that's, again, I can do 9 smelters, but that's excessive. I think what I want to try and do is do 2 rows of 3. Two rows of 3 smelters. So double the smelting capacity. So there's 1 splitter that doesn't Alright. Don't have a lot of space. Don't have a lot of space. Well, I guess technically I have all the space I need. I can just move everything down that way. But if I stop production, we're gonna run into because these aren't getting enough wire as it is. So I think I had to do like 6 and 6 and 6. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that in the space that I have. Now I can run Right, so no matter how we really look at this, feels bad. That's a wrong button. Alright, and we're just gonna delete that. And delete that. Alright. Alright, do I have another place I can do this? Not really. Alright, it's nice having stairs and all, but I've never used it, so I'm gonna reclaim that space. Alright, now I have a little bit more space. Alright, well, there's no getting away from it. I have to take this apart. And that is gonna stop my production of everything. Alright, so now my inventory is full. I don't think I need these motors. I have a lot of cable, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Also, I need that for making things work. Alright. The problem now is these guys are fed off of this power line. If I break that, I also shut down plastic. But it won't be needing plastic if it doesn't have copper wire anyways. Alright. Oh, hate hitting that escape button for everything. Don't need it. Alright, don't need that splitter. Okay. How big are these? They almost fit on one. I do one belt down here and one belt down here. There is space here so I can put splitters on, and then I can put the smelters here and get the stuff down along the sides. So I have okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mock that up a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna have two belts flowing down like this. Alright, don't stand in the belt when you build it. I'm gonna have two belts going down like this. You're gonna split off to each side 3 times. So there'll be a smelter here, a smelter here, and a smelter there. And the same on the other side. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So, need a conveyor belt going down this way. Doesn't matter. Okay. Gonna put in a splitter right there. That is 1/2 of it. And then there's the other half. We're gonna put in smelters. Fuel generator. I don't need fuel generators. What the hell? Okay, let's try that and see how that looks. Okay, that is fine. I can do that. I can do that. Copper ingot. Alright, let me get that one. Hold on. Alright, you cannot get them any closer together than that. Alright, alright, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna cheat here so we have production, even just a little bit. Alright, the problem is gonna be on this side. I don't know if this is gonna interfere with it. Okay. Smelter. Yeah, that belt is gonna be in the way. It has to get moved. Really frustrating when it decides to select a different line to line up with. Okay, so all the belt stuff is gonna have to happen over here. Which is fine. We can send copper down on the bottom and wire on the... Alright, so... we can send copper out this way. And then we'll have... I don't know which is what. That's kind of bad. And it's like almost impossible to find out. Alright, let's see if we can backtrack here. This is supposed to take wire, right? This wire, yeah. So wire is this belt. Wire is this empty belt. Goes in this splitter. Not sure why there's a splitter, but it is. And then it goes on this side, the second lowest, or second highest belt. Kinda does make sense. Okay. We are gonna relocate all of this a little bit at a time. Okay, so the idea is to then create a belt that goes down along here and a belt that goes down along there, and they'll feed into the constructors. Makes 30 per second. So 3 of those, that's 90 per second. These take in 15 per minute. That's two. That's 2 per smelter. So with 3 smelters on a line, I can have 6 constructors. And that will do. That is a little overkill. And okay. I want to try and keep up a little bit of production here, so we're going to let this one finish up invalid shape. Alright. We're going to let this one finish up. I had to figure out a way of doing our this is the alright, I can't have it just sitting here. I need to move along. I need to relocate this belt so I can fit in the other. Alright, so I have to kill that. Put in full. Okay. What to Want to. So here's the belt going down. We also gotta figure out alright, we're gonna sneak that one in there. Keep production going. Gonna have to do math on the output belts as well, which I haven't even looked at. Smelter clearance lined up. All right. Go away. Okay. What is it encroaching on? This guy? Still encroaching on others' clearance. Don't see how that's happening. Must be that power pole. With the splitter. Sometimes they're really not fond of putting things together if the splitters are too close. That seems a lot better. Seriously, I don't want you there. Go away. All right. So it's a little bit close for the splitters, and so that is gonna cause a little bit of complaining. You just gotta make sure you don't cut the belt too close to the splitter. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna have to move things over a little bit. Okay, let's see. This one is still producing. All right, man. We are just gonna make this kind of happen here. Okay, we're gonna all right. Let's see. It was on the power pole. What are we gonna put power pole back in here? Invalid aim. Invalid. Seriously. All right. I'll put it. Right in between. Then from that one to that one. And then I'm gonna kill off that one, and we'll get power from there in there. Copper ingots. Hook it up. Put in a merger. Oh boy. Put in a belt. Alright, so they're producing 30 per minute. So 1 ore in, 1 ore out every 2 seconds. So that will be 90 on each belt. And this is a 270 capacity belt, so that's gonna be glorious. That's fine. Alright, it is gonna be tight, but it'll work. Smelter, orange facing me. Line up with that, line up with that, boom. Okay. Copper. Those belts are all the way up there, so they don't really make a difference. We are gonna have to put in a power pole. Alright, so we are producing here, but we're not. Alright, this might be alright, if I don't have the wall up, I can't put in the wall after. Gonna tell me? That where the line's at? No. Wow, this is gonna be tricky. Alright, always give yourself enough space. And try to squeeze this into just a little bit too little space. Let me see if I can get on top. Alright. Can we do this? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Alright, so we are banging on some of the cylinders at least. And I need one more set of smelters. Right? That's what we said. We're gonna have 6 smelters. Three on each side. And yes, there's 2 smelters left in the... Alright, orange is over there. Okay, that a little bit. Everything's gonna get moved over there anyways. Smelter. Seriously? Come on. Orange is in, green is out. Line up. What are you encroaching on? That power pole? Okay, we're gonna line it up with that. We're gonna move it one further out. We're gonna put in a merger. Put in a belt. We're gonna configure this for copper. The question is, should I just turn it in or split it? My fear is if I take this belt away, I'm not gonna be able to put it up because this belt will encroach on that splitter. So I'm gonna put in a splitter and then we'll trim off the excess. So even if the splitter isn't technically necessary, splitting one way is essentially just a 90-degree turn. So it doesn't slow anything down. All right. And let's see, what are we doing with the power pole? We're putting power pole down. Curious how it fits there. Some more space. All right. I put it too close. The symmetry is broken a little bit. All right. And the last smelter. And a splitter. And a belt. Alright, so technically if I really had to, I could move these out to have more space here, but it'll work. It's fine. And we're gonna do this from up top. We're gonna do a merger. Click on the belt. And we're gonna do what the? Okay. Alright, I don't even know where I am. Alright. That goes in there, that goes in there. That was a miss. Merge onto the belt. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that is working. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to get more constructors in here. We need constructors to produce wire, and we had enough of those. We don't really seem to have enough now. Alright, and I know this last one didn't get a power pole. Didn't have power. Not like it can produce anything anyways. Doesn't go anywhere. Alright, let's have a look at these guys. They take 15 ingots a minute. And the output is 45 per minute. 45 And 2 is 90, and 3 times 90, so 6 manufacturer will fill a belt. If you have more than 6, it will fill the belt. These guys just 50. I need to double. I need to double the output on these guys, which basically means I need 6. So what I can do is I can do I can do 6 that produces copper wire that goes straight out, and I can do 6 that produce copper wire that goes into the cable factory, and then I can put the cable factory at the end down here with a belt that splits in 2, then splits in, each of those splits in 3. They all should get plenty of wire, and then we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so the ingots are coming down the sides. They're Alright, I have to kill off this one. And then kill off this stuff. Because I'm pretty sure the constructor is gonna be... Constructor is bigger than the... smelter, right? Trying to find a way of comparing them. Like lengthwise. Like, can I fit them in the same space as the smelters on the sides here? And then take the ingots from the outside through the smelters and then into 2 belts. Basically these same belts down the middle. Okay. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out. Alright, we can kill off that. Okay, I have to put in some you have to put in power pole. That one's full. That one's not. Okay. I had to get power down to the plastic factory down here, and I gotta do that. I can't run that through the copper stuff because of the reconstruction now. It's gonna just make a mess. Alright, and then we can take down this cable. No, that's not how you take down cable. There we go. Alright, so now this one has power through a separate line. If I take down this one, that's gonna shut down everything that way, which is, I guess, ultimately okay. Okay. Let's put in let's see what we can do with the constructor. Is it encroaching on the belt? I mean, if I line up like that, it's going to be encroaching on something on that side. If I move it out like that, I don't know if there's enough room in the middle for the belt. Okay, so we're gonna do and then I'm gonna do a merge. Yeah, that's fine. And then we have a split here. Get it into, and then we'll run the wire down the middle. We'll run all the wire down the middle. I can do all right. did not want to do that because now I'm gonna have the same thing again where I'm just running a section of splitters down the line. And I did that here too, and this is not what I wanted to do. This isn't what I wanted to do. I wanted one splitter that fed alright, so I wanted the 2 belts and then I wanted one splitter to split into 3 each. So yeah, this is not how I wanted it to be. Tear it all up. Alright, I need to clean up my inventory. I see I got way too much junk. Okay, fine. No. Copper ingots. Don't need to carry copper ingots. That wasn't copper ingots though. Don't need to carry rubber. Don't need to carry ammunition. Don't need to be carrying ore. Don't need to be carrying computers. Don't need to carry mushrooms. Alright, don't really need everything else in there either, but you know, there's only so much I can do. Okay. Alright, basically I want a row. I want it just like that. I want a row of stuff. Alright. Okay. Okay, let's see. Can I fit 6 smelters? Let's do this again. Let's make it happen. Six smelters. Orange is in, so orange towards me. Okay, I'm gonna start here. 1, 2. Seriously? 3. 4. 5. Oh, please. 6. Brilliant. There we go. That's what we should have done from the start. Alright, I don't have a lot of space to work on. I'm gonna make this a little bit easier. So I want to put a splitter like right there. It's fine. Come on. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put in a belt. Alright, I'm gonna put in a belt from it's just the easiest way of getting the splitters to do the right thing. Come on. Boom. Splitter. Right there. And then splitter. Right there. This goes in there. That goes in there. This goes in there. And all right, we're gonna have to all right. I have to make sure that the belt on the other side is no, man, this belt will not do. Okay, so right there, and one. Okay. Belt and turn. All right. Really? Okay. I don't really understand how that splitter lined up so strangely. Alright, we're gonna put that straight through. Yes. And then I'm gonna put a splitter on it. That's a merger. Where's my splitter? Splitter. Okay. This will help me aim. I think. Alright. Let's see where I'm going with this. Alright, so half of the output here, 270. Half of it goes this way and half of it goes that way, and then it goes in a splitter and goes 3 ways. Well, that's 270, 135, and then 135, yeah, 135. And then 135 is 45 each. And I can only do 30, so it's a little bit more than it will feed more ore than it can handle. So that's not going to be not going to be a shortage, but it's not going to be full capacity either. I would need 9 smelters for that, and I'm going to go with 6. So we're gonna put in a pole here. Gonna put a belt in. It goes like that. Gonna put a splitter. I don't know, man. Okay. And like so. Kill off that, kill off that. This belt comes in. Here. 2 over, and then in. Rats. Alright, so on that line, okay. One and two. Okay. Okay, we got the same kind of thing we're going to think about on the other side. But we got to power these first. So we're going to put in some power poles. Come on, man. Alright, and the last one goes there. Alright, close enough. I think that was sufficient. I'm gonna take from this into there. That one goes to that one. This one goes. That one's there. Alright, I think I've done this a little backwards. And I think I might be missing a pole at the end. Which is gonna be... It's gonna be okay. Right. Alright, so from pole to pole. And then that one to that one. Yeah. I don't know. Doesn't really matter though. It looks a little weird when they crossing over like that, but it's fine. This guy's gonna make copper ingots. Everybody should get the same amount of ore. Everybody should get just enough to keep going, or a little bit more, so that it's all counting up. So yeah, they all seem to have about 18, 20. All right, now what do we need? So I wonder if we should again then we should split this into producing so one half goes into producing wire for cables, and the other half produces wire for, well, wire. And I'd like to use just one merger. Yeah, this is just going to keep the production. This is just to keep the production going while we're working here. So this is the most efficient way of splitting it. And they're already starting to fill up. Number 5 over here is already it's already full. It's been it was hooked up before everybody else, so. Okay. The thing is, they all have to merge into one belt, and I don't want to. And one belt should be able to handle it. So let's put in a merger on the central belt. I'm gonna try and be okay. All right, I'll clean those up after. I don't I have a need to get sort of production moving along. Alright, so right along this line. Okay. We're gonna... It's gonna be a little chaotic in beginning because there's stored up materials. Okay. Do I want to do that though? I'm wondering now if... if that's the right thing to do. Because now I'm gonna have a huge belt. That I'll have to split again, and I don't want to do that single line multiple splitters. And if I merge everything back into one belt, then I'm gonna have to split each. I'm gonna have to split this in half again, because it's gonna go into 6 constructors. I don't even know if I'm gonna get 6 constructors across. I don't know if I can do that. They're wider. They're a lot wider. I can't get 6 across. I can do 2 rows of 3. Okay, so let's work on this side with the wire. If we're saying this thing is gonna do wire, I'm going to have to kill off most of this. We're just gonna have to stop feeding this thing. Is it empty now? It looked like it kind of stopped. Alright. It stopped, so it's that's empty. Alright, so I know I said I'm gonna work on the other side, but no worries. Think I think what we're gonna end up doing is let's see, moving the belt. Alright, man, what are you doing? Moving the belt out to the side. Bends don't slow anything down, so that's fine. Same thing over here. So let's see, that one is on right on here, then 2 over, 1 2, and that way. Okay, then it goes over here, and 1 2 over, like so. Alright, that's working on finishing up. This one is working on finishing up. Alright, this one's done. Alright, wrap it up there, buddy. Okay. Sure, I jumped the wrong way. What did I say? 2 rows of 3. So it's gonna be a little strange with the ins and outs, but that's why we have elevated belts. That post is going to be in the way. Alright. It's the detail for later. Oh, jeez. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Tonal 100228. A little strange. It says I have 0 viewers, but obviously I do not. All right. All right, we gotta get this thing going. We need. So this thing is gonna shoot down into the distance. I'm not really too worried about that part. I need to figure out how to put in three constructors. Let's put in 3 constructors. Alright, and we're gonna orange is in. Okay, so this is the middle. It's encroaching on something. Encroaching on this belt. So the existing construction of stuff is gonna dry up shortly. I might encroach on that belt still. Yeah. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, maybe that'll work. Constructor. All right. That's it. We're done with that. And then one over here. Constructor. Okay. Man. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be kind of tight. Can I? Okay. All right, this is gonna be more funky angles than I really would like to see. So I'm gonna do 3 smelters into 6 manufacturers. I'm gonna do 3 here and then 3 behind it. So this gonna split into 2 and that's gonna then split into 3. We're gonna get this guy. In there. And then I need a splitter here. And then a belt down. Ooh. Okay. And then a belt down. Okay, hold on. 1, 2. Let's see how that goes. That one goes in there. And that one goes in there. Okay. We're gonna put a power pole at the corner of this one. Can't do that here because there's a belt. Right, we're gonna have to move it outside the belt. And the same thing here. And then for the sake of symmetry, and we're gonna grab power here. That one to this one, that one to this one. And now we're all juiced up. All this old stuff gotta go. All my production of copper related has now run to a halt. Okay, alright. So this is going to produce... Shoot. Copper wire, that's gonna go straight on the conveyor belt. Alright, that was not pretty. I don't know. Why would I put that there? Okay. Again, we'll fix some of these little kinks. And that one doesn't work, it's too steep. I gotta move it one further out. Hold on. One further out. And two over. Come on, man. Here we go. Nice, straight. And then we can fix this stupid angle at the same time. Alright. 1, 2. Put that belt over there. You should get a nice angle on that. We're producing wire. At this point, we might as well just take down everything because there is nothing left happening over here. Alright, so we have to think a little bit about the math there. 45 and 45 is 90, and another 45 is 135. That is half of a belt. Okay, so we can do this. This can be done. Alright, the one thing we didn't check was if this is gonna work. It is gonna work. Okay. Alright, so that is half of the production line for these 3 smelters. And I know that looks kind of ugly, but that's how it had to be right there. The other half oh, I did that again, didn't I? Standing in the belt. Can take that away, we don't need that. I am gonna extend this belt. Okay, that was wrong. The belt crooked? Can't have that, man. Can't have that. Now the thing is, can I put a merger? I can't. And okay, so this isn't doing anything, so it doesn't matter where that is. This can't be right there, because whatever, that's not doing anything, so that can go. And okay. I am gonna put down this belt a little bit further down. This is right down the crack. Okay. And I'm gonna merge this line with the line from the next factory. All right. And it's gonna be a little chaotic right now because everybody has stuff stored up. All right. All right, my hand is swelling up. All right, so that is 1/2 of that. And then now we can bring down the conveyor belt for the rest. Okay. Let's see. We can go as far as we need to down this way, so that's not a problem. As long as there's some space along the side of the, yeah. This splitter is a little bit off. And that is gonna annoy me at some point, but I just can't right now. Okay, so this is where the rest of the copper ingots are going to come in. gonna split in like that. Okay, and we're gonna move it over to, and then we're gonna see that it works, and it does. All right. 3 more constructors. All right, orange is in. Okay. Belt in there. Belt in there. And we got oh, hold on. There's 2 ways of doing this. I can either... Alright. Alright. Let's try that. Looks straight. I don't think that splitter is perfectly placed in, but alright, whatever. These 3 are also producing wire. I'm gonna do the same here as I did. Over there, I'm gonna clean this up first. I really wish it was a copy function right now. You could just, because I'm gonna do 2 more just like these. So being able to just copy it would have been awesome. Alright, so we're gonna do this one. Do I want to try it like so? Okay. And then we're gonna pull this all the way over to the side and here. We put it on right on the crank, didn't we? Yeah. Thanks, Spike. Right on the... Okay. I don't have to worry about output here right now because there's no power. Feels like there's a bend. Ah, can't have that. All right. Now we're talking. The output from this one gonna merge onto that belt. The output from this guy gonna merge onto that belt. Power. Okay. What are we doing? We are wiring up the poles. And we're wiring up the factories. They all know what they're producing. Okay. And everything is stopped now because without cable I can't produce anything of the other things that I want the wire for. So that's holding up everything. So I'm wondering if I put a splitter here rather than over there, so it goes from this merger pretty much right into a splitter, spends half of it that way and the other half this way. Then I don't have this ugly loop. Although I may have to break. a lot of stuff to make that work. And I won't be needing this. And I won't be needing that. All right, so let's do this. So if I put out that belt, right? And then I put a splitter on. Let's put it like right here. Okay, and then half goes to that factory. And half goes to this factory. That achieves the same thing, and it cleans it up considerably. I don't have these wacky loops, although I do have that wacky loop, and I gotta clean up those bends, but that's the least of my worries right now. All right. So we got the wire thing all done. Man, I don't know if you're gonna have enough room. What are we gonna do, man? Hold on, text message. Well, I mean, we can chainsaw this tree at least and get that out of the way. So I need... I'm kind of low on nuts. Do they regrow? I don't know. Alright, so now we're gonna need the same thing all over again. We're gonna get the ingots in this way. Alright, I'm gonna make a bend. Generally not. keen on that. Alright, so 2 before there. Alright, are you gonna do that, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna put in a splitter on this belt. Oh, I forgot. I gotta damn it. Okay. Everything has stopped because no cable. Right. Okay, we're gonna put in a splitter here. Okay. And one half of all the stuff coming from those 3 smelters gonna go into this splitter. And into come on, man. 3 more constructors. Come on. And orange is in. I'm gonna put them a little bit close. I don't wanna spend an awful lot of space. Sorry, these things aren't always super obvious. All right. Hi, Clarfnog. Thank you for the follow. Hold on. Yeah, I think I've seen that some of the berries and the nuts have... Oh, some of them has regrown. It may take a while though. Just try not to waste time. Or waste nuts. That's why I took them out of my hand, because I kept accidentally eating. Alright, so that is half of the stuff I need for this. And I need to then bring up conveyor belt. I really should know how far out I can go. No, that is, of course, wrong. All right. It is kind of cool that you can place them inside each other almost. Okay. We're gonna merge. These two guys onto that belt. And then we're gonna bring this belt with the other half of the ingots up here, over this way. Gonna have a belt going down like so. With a splitter on it. Alright, so here's the problem now. I need another even if I put that splitter even closer. Come on. Even if I put that splitter even closer, I'm really not saving anything. And now I have that weird thing where I have a half a belt in there. So there isn't much space to save by stacking them too close. But I can certainly try. Let's save a few. because it's gonna get a little tight with with that. With that forest and hillside over there. And I don't wanna... move into this space. Because if I need to extend the iron farm, or the iron smelter, which I probably will have to do, actually that's not badly done. I'm only running 10. I could run more, but then I had to do some more funky splitting. I don't know if I want to do that. But I can use the downstairs for that if I need to. Alright, so 3 more constructors. This is probably gonna be overkill. Orange. And I am gonna need more floor. I'm gonna go get some more cement. All production has literally stopped now because there isn't any cable being produced. I wish there was a way of just dumping stuff onto the conveyor belt. I guess you can do that by putting in some temporary storage and dumping it in the air. Alright, but we're still dealing with wire. So that's the first wire factory. This is the second row for the cable stuff. And orange. And orange. Okay. That takes care of those 3 factories. Great shot out. Oh, let's get some this is gonna be way too much wire, I think, for the cable factory. But it's just gonna it's gonna have to be what it is. There's just the demand for cable when I started out was like almost nothing, so I built like nothing for it. And then now suddenly it's like need more cable. stupid double click. All right. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, I didn't tell you what to make. Okay. So they're making wire. And these guys don't have power. Alright, this one's gonna be a little trickier with the power because I have these belts so much closer. I'll figure it out. Alright, I'm gonna run it from this guy down to that guy. And we gotta power up this one as well. I want to see if I can go closer, just because. I'll try and save some space. And I need a merger right here on the crack. We are producing wire now. Arg. That sucks. Okay. And bummer. Okay, we're gonna merge. Right there. Get rid of this. Put this belt right in the merger. And we're gonna merge this guy in here. There we go. Alright, so the thing is, I don't really have... do have some space. I need to bring these back and need to bring these back and preferably under here so I can split them out down here into the cable factory. So let's think about that for a second. I should have... Okay. All right. So let's just put up a constructor real quick and dirty. And have a look at cable. The input is 30 per minute, and there's one cable coming out every 15 30 per minute. How does that work? 2 wire, 30 per minute. It needs 30 per minute to produce one cable every 4 seconds, or 15 per minute. These guys produce 45 per minute. And there's 3 of them. So every 4 seconds I'll have 9 wire. Every 4 seconds I'll have 9 wire, or 4.5 every 2. Every 4 seconds I'll have 9. With 3 of these every 4 seconds I will need 6. So if I make 3 for 3, why can't I just run it straight through? Wouldn't that make more sense? If I'm doing 3 for 3, why do I bother with merging the belts and splitting them again? Alright, so let's because I can take this further down. And even if we're now okay, get rid of this, let's get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that, and we'll get rid of all of this. Alright, so and we'll get rid of this and this. And we can compact this considerably as well. Alright, so let's get rid of this and that. Alright, so here's the new idea. The plan was to have these 6 produce wire for 6 cable factories down there. But why am I creating this infrastructure of producing all this wire, merging all of this stuff onto one belt, and then splitting it off down there if I don't have to? Because if it's 6 to 6, then why don't I just take the wires from here right into a cable? And then I can compact this whole thing considerably because I don't need to worry about splits and wires and routing issues and everything else. I can just go in here, say I want 3 constructors. Yeah, I got materials. I'll do the orange like so. Okay, and we'll line them up. Just like that. And we'll just feed the belts straight through. It is not the most efficient. Because I think they produce more copper wire than what these guys can take. But that is a small matter. I just hope I left enough space in here for power poles. I did. Okay, we're gonna put a wire from there, from there to there. And from that one to that one. And from this one down to that one. Okay. And to make things simple, I am just gonna keep this belt on the ground. I'm just gonna then immediately relieve my lack of cable. Right? We'll worry about the merge after. Oh, I forgot the connecting piece here. And I gotta hook up the other two. Alright. So then we got time for a little bit of a tour. Following along with the belt. The new copper factory is all, it's full stop. Because everything is at capacity. There is some action on this belt. But that's only at half capacity right now, so that is going kind of slow. And with cable now getting produced, this should end up it goes under the roof here. We're now getting cables into the computer. We did get a burst of cables, so that kicked that in. And we are getting high-speed connectors made. We got a big burst of cable there as well. Well, that's going to dry up pretty fast. And then this thing is also at a full stop because we're not getting high-speed connectors fast enough. Uh, 2.5 per minute. Yeah, I need 2 of those just to satisfy the demand over here, which isn't happening.